Jumping spiders are smart. So smart that they can even bond with humans, and for the past 500 days I've been raising my tiny spider, Earl. But her time is running out, so in this final phase of her life, I'm going to try to give her the one thing she's been missing, a chance to be a mother. But if this doesn't work, she'll never have a family of her own. When Earl entered my life, she was tiny enough to make my fingernail look big. She ate well and grew quickly, and almost gave me a heart attack on more than one occasion. But just 2 weeks into our journey, she trusted me enough to allow me to hold her. Earl was growing up fast, and after going through her final molt, she was ready to enter the next phase of life, and this would be with her mustache-bearing boyfriend, Toe Jam. But this story was about to take an unexpected turn. Toe Jam was a brave spider, which he demonstrates perfectly by charging in, mustache first, into the danger zone that is Earl's personal space. At this point she would either eat him or mate with him, and there was no way of knowing which one she would choose. After throwing some of his best shapes, it was clear that Toe Jam's seduction was working, and I was sure that Toe Jam and Earl were on the first step to becoming parents. But just 2 days after they met, Toe Jam was no longer of this earth, and to make matters worse, I now know that there will be no babies. Here's why. Male jumping spiders have their romance tools, which are these pedipalps right next to their faces. After Earl's final molt, she developed her epigene underneath her tummy. Now this bit is important, because for a pairing to work, she has to roll her tummy over to allow Toe Jam's pedipalp in. When I went back through the footage, I could see clearly that at no point did Earl ever allow Toe Jam in. That means that Toe Jam and Earl never mated. And while this is a double whammy of bad news for Toe Jam, Earl's story was just beginning. It has been 30 days since the death of Toe Jam, and over 200 days since our journey started. And even though this spider's brain is the size of a poppy seed, she still trusts me and will let me hold her. For this last phase of Earl's life, I decided to build her one final terrarium, somewhere she could raise a family of her own. But time is not on our side, because Earl is getting older, so right behind this chickpea is someone very special. Ever since someone told me that male jumping spiders have mustaches, I cannot unsee it, so you have my word that any male jumping spiders in my future videos will be named after men with wonderful mustaches. So I would like you to meet Thomas Magnum, Dr. Richard Burke, Mr. Tom Selleck. We are poised for take 2 on this tiny spider family, but of course, things were not going to go to plan. For such tiny creatures, jumping spiders have a lot of personality. Tom Selleck is a very different spider to Toe Jam. Where Toe Jam would charge in and think later, Tom Selleck seems almost romantic in his demeanour. Which is funny because Earl is totally disinterested in him. No matter what Tom Selleck does, it does not work on Earl, and there may be a reason for this. Female jumping spiders are choosy about who they mate with. They judge males based on the quality of their courtship, sometimes appearing to hold out for a better dancer, which, to be fair, is exactly what Earl seems to be doing. Tom Selleck's first attempt didn't work, and neither did his second, and neither did his third, and it would appear that the absolute hunk in real life does not carry the same weight in the spider world. But just as I thought that this was going to be a failure, something quite unexpected happened. 220 days have passed since the start of our journey, and about 7,000 days since I first got the internet. But what is truly mind-blowing is the amount of data breaches that have happened in that time. Every account I've ever made, every website I ever signed up to, some of that information has been collected and sold by companies called data brokers. Now this means my personal information is available to whoever wants to buy it. My messages and my email are completely full of spam, which is why I signed up to Incogni. Incogni contacts hundreds of data brokers on your behalf and gets your information removed. They handle the paperwork, follow up when brokers ignore them, and show you exactly what has been taken down. And with the Unlimited Plans custom removals tool, you can send them any specific link where your data appears and their team will get it removed for you. They cannot harm you if they can't find you. Head to incogni.com/terrariums and use the code Terrariums for 60% off their annual plan. There's even a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it risk-free. Right, let's get back to Earl because there has been an unexpected development. The two most dangerous parts of a jumping spider's life are her final molt and when she lays her egg sac. On both occasions, she spins a thick web, crawls inside, and will go for potentially weeks without food, with a strong possibility that she won't make it out at all. Over the next few days, Earl begins to do something behind this leaf, but I can't get a clear look at her. I can see movement and that cute little face, but it's only when the leaf moves, revealing a thick web, that I knew what had happened. But this doesn't make any sense because I know that she never successfully mated with Tojam or Tom Selleck. Earl climbs in, sealing herself off from the outside world, entering an unexpected yet highly dangerous time in her life. Thank you for that, Tom Selleck. Earl has been inside her web for 10 days, and it's not lost on me that losing her at this point would be a catastrophe. I've been through every stage of life with her, from her first fly to her first boyfriend, all the way up to today. Every morning I checked her terrarium hoping to see that little face again, and on the morning of day 265, I breathed a colossal sigh of relief, because hanging there, upside down, under the warmth of a light, is Earl. The good news is that she's safe and sound, but the bad news is that there isn't a single baby in sight, and it doesn't stop there. Because Tom Selleck joins Tojam in that big web in the sky, but like Tojam, part of him will always be with us. As the weeks and months passed by, Earl went about her life as if nothing had ever happened. After Tojam and Tom Selleck, I couldn't help but think, is Earl ever going to have a family? Or am I chasing something that is never going to happen? She rejects any male advances, and I must say I am proud she's a strong female, but I thought it would be easier than this. For Earl's family tree to have any chance, I'm going to give this one more try, but this time I'm going to set the mood, because, to be fair, I would not want to do it in a film canister. And, as promised, I would like you to meet David Seaman, who, much like his human counterpart, turns out to be quite reliable. There was not a single moment in my life where I thought I'd be narrating an X-rated scene between a spider named after an England goalkeeper and another named after a video game character, but here we are. And this turned out to be the most important dance of this entire series. Consider this a pre-warning, it's about to get steamy. because David Seaman has achieved what those before him were unable to do. Earl has accepted him, and for the next 3 minutes, David Seaman and Earl officially mate, and this journey has reached an all-time high. But we are dealing with Earl here, and even though this is clearly a successful pairing, there was yet one more problem. Earl is 500 days into our journey. She is the oldest jumping spider that I've ever known, and with that comes the problem. Female jumping spiders can store sperm for months, waiting for the right moment to use it. But they also have a window to use it, and now, 500 days in, it seems that Earl has chosen not to use it. The likelihood is that she will never have babies, with this journey ending in a way that I did not want. But there is something I want to be straight with you about, because it would have been easy to get hold of an egg sac and pretend that Earl did lay it, to give this video the payoff I so badly wanted. But telling her story exactly as it happened was the only way to be fair to Earl and to you. This is not the ending we wanted, but there is some good news. Because as a way to immortalise Earl, I asked one of my favourite artists to create a design I could put on some t-shirts. So if you'd like one, you can head to my new store. And of course, Earl had to make the front cover of my third book, which you can pre-order in the description. And as one last nod to this tiny spider, here she is next to an AirPod, and here she is next to an avocado. Thanks Earl, it's been a wild ride.